Okay, this is perfect. And by perfect, I mean completely awful, but it is what it is. I don't have my mic. I don't have my avatar here. I'm on my laptop. I'm not even home. So this is gonna be my worst fucking video ever. But it's my first. So who cares, to be honest?
Yeah.
So, so, I'm Junko. Uh, I don't know how to fucking introduce myself other than that. I'm not fucking schizo. I barely leave my house. Uh, I like drugs. I think that's the gist of it. I have a very sick accent, so apologies for that. And with me, I have RPM Rosie, revolutions per minute Rosie. Say hi.
Hi.
So I was asking how she was doing, and she started mentioning the afterglow. Can you repeat that for me?
Um, so yesterday I had a very fun shroom trip, and it was great that afterwards, it was giving me just like this wonderful feeling of confidence that I feel like I've been lacking for a very long time.
Yeah, like you feel you can eat the world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there.
I actually
Uh,
have kind of
yeah,
hmm, I have kind of a funny story about like after my real trip happened. Um,
yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
I got a call from my sister who was at work. She works for a different location for the same company I work for. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and she had a problem with one of her registers, and for the longest time, and like I was on call with her for like a half hour trying to help her. And then while I'm trying to help her, I get a call from my own store with a problem with the fucking lock on the door. They're trying to close the store and they can't do it because the
Fucking
lock
hell.
won't fucking lock. So I had to go up there, still coming down from the shroom high while trying to help my sister at her work
Oh,
and help them in my work.
okay. So let's go step by step. You didn't actually do Shroom first. You actually
Um,
did DMT, was it?
uh, DMX.
DMX. Sorry, my
But
bad.
actually, I did try shrooms before that.
You did try Shrooms?
I did. The day before I did the DMX, I tried shrooms, and it must have been bad shrooms, or it must have been too small of a dose, or some shit, because I felt exactly almost nothing. Did not have any sort of trip whatsoever. It was so confusing to the point that my coworkers and I were literally looking up whether or not it's possible to be immune to psychedelics.
Actually, I have a similar story. We have travels with my friends,
Hmm.
and basically, I don't know if it was the dosage, if it was that we had a meal beforehand. I'm not exactly sure on the details, to be honest. I should study on that. But
Hmm.
literally nobody got any high from it. I did actually see colors more vividly, if that's
Hmm.
anything at all. But yeah, no actual high, no hallucinations, no anything.
Hmm.
So there is a ton of factors that could apply to why it didn't work the first time. How
Yeah.
many shrooms did you have the first time?
Um, it was like two or three, I think. I don't remember exactly.
Milligrams?
Uh, oh, in terms of milligram, the shrooms themselves were like 1.5 grams, so it's probably like 15 milligrams.
Okay. And it did absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Second
So,
time. Oh,
yeah?
sorry, go ahead.
No, 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 go, you go, you go.
I was gonna say yesterday when I had my trip, I took 4 grams of a different strain. It's more like what my dad would. I was talking to my dad about it after, and he was describing what shrooms looked like for him when he did it, and it was more like what this different strain was more like what he
Wait,
was
wait.
describing than
Your dad did shrooms too.
my both my parents have, yeah.
Based? Like, absolutely based?
I mean, they were fucking teenagers in the 70s.
Yeah, fair enough, but holy shit.
Yeah.
My parents were both straight edges, so they didn't have any experience like that at all. They were
Hmm.
like the most healthy people in the world by
Yeah.
that time.
Hmm.
Uh, but I do want to go step by step here.
Yeah.
DMX, how was it?
It was okay. Like I had a little bit of time where I felt pretty great. Um, but there wasn't much of an effect that I really enjoyed for the most part. It was kind of like being drunk a little bit, but not quite. And then I puked up everything and then I felt normal.
Yeah, basically, like literally, like you're drunk.
Yeah.
I've had that with weed, you know.
Mhm.
Like, I'm very sensitive to weed. I cannot do weed. I still do it because I'm retarded. Can I say retarded?
True.
I will. Sorry if that bothers anyone. Um, Basically, I still do them. And sometimes I get what we in Spain call a blancazo, which
Hmm.
is basically when it feels bad. I threw up and then I feel like actually fucking golden. Like I feel the high without any paranoia, any stomach ache, any anxiety. Like I literally throw up the devil.
Yeah. I was having that thought when I was trying to puke and also trying to shit during my trip.
Amazing. Am I allowed to say that throwing up is hot? I mean, this is my video, so I
You
guess
can
I
do whatever
can.
you want.
I don't know. You are the guest. You have some limits, I guess.
You can say throwing up is hot.
So throwing up is hot. That's the PSA of this video. If you take away anything, anything at all, it's that. I was hitting a sig. Honest. Uh, Now, the actual last room trip, how did it go? Like, don't tell me just about the afterglow or the high. I want to, minute by minute. How was it?
All right. Well, let me start. Let me see. So when it first started hitting, I was at my desk. I was watching a Simple Flips video. Um,
As one does.
of course. I started getting a little confused, obviously. I started getting um I started getting pretty sensitive to the light. I noticed that I had left the lights on by accident. So I tried to get up and turn them off. I turned off the fan because at one point I was trying to listen to music and it was really annoying me while I was trying to listen to the music. Like
Understandable.
normally it doesn't annoy me, but when I was when I was on it, it was very distracting. Um at one point when the lights were like getting really bright, like sorry, after I turned off the lights, I even turned down all my monitors. Um I still felt like it was really, really bright, and then I covered my eyes, and I could still see the lights. I could see them swirling around.
Even with everything off.
Yeah, everything off. My eyes like covered by my palms, so like normally you would see black. I saw the lights all swirling around. I saw 'em mixing and changing. And
What
then
color were the lights? Out of
started
curiosity.
white, started white because it was like very blinding, and then it started going kind of rainbow. What actually helped with that is since it was so dark, the RGB from my fans was projecting onto my walls,
Mm-hmm.
and that was really helping the colors just go crazy.
Yeah.
At one point, I turn around and just stare at my bed and just keep staring there for a second, and I notice like kind of double, triple, quadruple vision.
Amazing.
Um,
When when I did travels, I actually had hyperfixations, like visual hyperfixations with like, for example, a bush. Like we were doing it outside in
mhm,
the patio of a friend, so there was nature all over us.
mhm.
Did you hyperfixate on anything besides the red?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Yes, of course. Did you visually hyperfixate on any object while you were high?
Can't hear. I can't understand that one word.
Which one?
Visually, what?
Hyperfixate.
Hyperfixate. Okay. Um, I did on like a few things. There was my Yoshi plush that I had, or amiibo. Oh, actually, I was fixating a lot on the fucking Five Nights at Freddy's Foxy plushie that I have. That's like kind of in the background of my streams usually. I forgot about that. I just kept staring at it and staring at it and staring at it. So and it being so colorful just gave me even more hallucinations on that.
For editing me, uh, I will ask you to send me a picture of the Foxy plush.
Oh yeah.
So, keep going. Anything special of note? Do, did you have memory gaps from the trip, actually?
Memory lapse like what?
I don't know, like, do you remember everything?
I think I do remember mostly everything. It's more anything I don't remember is more because of my memory already being crap instead of the drugs, honestly. But
That's
I
so
think
fucking
like
real. That's
with
so
support,
fucking real.
yeah, I think with support I could remember everything. Um, I'm gonna keep going.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so at some point I decided I wanted to go downstairs because it felt kind of cramped in my room. So I went downstairs into the living room and I laid down on the couch. I was gonna watch Futurama. I put Futurama on and I'm like,
Base?
wait a minute. I don't really want to wait. I think I recognize this episode. I want to watch a different one. And then I put on a different one a few episodes later and I'm like, wait, I think I recognize this one too. I want to watch a different one. And then I put on like a couple seasons later and I'm like, what the fuck? How far did I get last time I watched this? And then I keep going.
A cycle.
And then eventually I'm like, all right, this is getting nowhere. I'm just gonna pause and lay down and close my eyes. So I I close out of it and like the screen is purple and I see the purple and I'm like, no, I don't like purple right now. So I change it to a different screen and the screen is blue and I'm like, no, blue's a bad color too, but whatever, I'll just leave it there. And eventually, like with it being idle on that blue screen, the Roku uh would go to a clock screensaver, and I'm like, no, 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 the screensaver is bad. Go back to the blue,
You
and
wanted
then
the
it would
blue
happen.
so badly.
I needed the blue. I got you blue. Um,
So, anything else of note during the trip?
oh, I'm just at the beginning.
Okay, okay. I'm all ears.
My parents were out when I first started doing it, and they were still out by the time I went downstairs. I thought they would have been home by then, and I thought they would have heard me like yelling at myself and shit while on the drugs. But apparently they weren't home, so they didn't hear anything. Um, a few like 10, 20 minutes after I went downstairs to quote unquote watch the show, um, they finally did come home, and they spent a good little bit rummaging around in the kitchen because they had just gone grocery shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I was actually at that point getting into a little bit of a panic state.
Did they
Um,
know you went on shrooms?
not before they came home and found out,
Okay.
but they did find out once they saw me. Um, but yeah, I was getting in kind of a panicky state, and like I wanted to say, "Hey, can one of you come in and just give me a hug or something?" Because like I was really feeling like I needed a hug. Um, but I couldn't get myself to actually say anything. So I just sat there and
Was
waited.
was that about the time you messaged to me?
Oh, I was actually still at the computer when I messaged you.
Okay, okay, I see.
Um, and actually, I'm kind of glad that we didn't VC because not because it wouldn't have been good, I think, but because the experience I had was just so profound
Yeah.
as a result.
Would you
Um,
say it was very introspective, I figure?
it was probably the most introspective I've ever been.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I can skip to that a bit because it gets a lot of rambly a bit before that.
Okay.
So, um, my parents find out that I'm on shrooms. Um, they start asking like how much did I have? I tell them it was a lot. They say like three, four shrooms. I'm like, it's a lot. I tell my dad, don't ask that question anymore because that kind of like in that state, I was very delicate. I
Yeah,
was very,
understandably.
very, yeah, I was very perceptive to the environment. And like that's actually true. I noticed in that moment that that's actually true of me almost all the time. I'm very, very susceptible to the environment I'm in. If it's happy, I'm probably gonna be closer to happy. If I feel alone or if there's negative things happening, I'm very perceptive to that too.
Mm-hmm.
So I tell them that I need happy vibes, and I think they kind of got already that I needed happy vibes, but I needed to put it out there anyway.
Of course. You
Um,
needed to communicate it.
yeah. Um, so eventually my dad and I get to talking again, or get to talking, and he starts telling me stories about when he was doing shrooms, when he and my mom and my aunt and uncle were doing shrooms together. Um, and eventually we get to the topic of like our family, and I I'm starting to realize like what I've been missing the whole time is like the feeling of being part of a family or the feeling of being
Mm-hmm.
part of a greater group. Um, like I do technically have those in my life, but I haven't felt very included, I guess.
Yeah, you have a family in paper.
Yeah, exactly. And I know you know how
Yeah.
that is too. Um,
Personally, my family, it's pretty transactional, everything I do with them. Like,
yeah.
I'm honest with them, I don't hide stuff, I don't lie. uh, but it's mutual respect, pretty
Mhm.
much. There is
Yeah.
no particular feelings of love from my end. Like, I
Mhm.
know they take care of me, I know they love me, but they do not understand me. They do not really respect my gender decisions or who I am as a creature.
Yeah.
So I am a really hardcore believer in found family.
Mhm.
So it's really cool you got to have that moment with your family.
Yeah. Um at during the conversations, like I didn't bring it up with my dad, but like I kind of did a little bit. I mentioned to him the fact that like I've had 10, 50, 100 conversations with him in my head, and I think he took it as um I'm worried about this thing I'm gonna say, and then I say it, and then it goes better than I expect. That's how I think he took it because that's what he said to like he said to me that it's never as bad as you think, and that is often true, at least with my
Yeah.
family, um, and with the people that I know and love. But I meant it as there's things that I felt was done wrong by me and or done wrong to me rather.
Hmm.
And it's stuff that I've kept inside and has really tainted like my ability to feel loved, I guess. And I kind of wanted to say it, but I felt that if we got into that, it would have made my trip a little bit worse. So,
Yeah, it wasn't the right moment.
yeah. Um and these are things that were done out of like trying to protect me, but in reality, it really helped or it really hurt with my loneliness, basically. It just compounded my loneliness.
Hmm. I mean, personally, I was an over sheltered kid, so
Hmm.
like it that type of thing it's always done in good faith, but it causes a lot of damage. So,
Yeah.
it's your family, they love you, they want the best for you, but they don't always make the right choices.
Hmm.
It's like that sometimes, simply as that.
Yeah.
So, anything of note else you want to say?
I can talk more about the drugs than the conversation for a sec.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh, um, during this conversation with my dad that I was having, um, I was experiencing like severe like shifts in my vision. I was getting a lot of that like double, triple, quadruple vision.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think at some points I was like getting some colors too, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Um, having the TV on in the back was probably giving me some colors. Um, the whole oh the whole room felt like yellow and orange and green, and it reminded me of tie-dye flavored fruit roll up or fruit by the foot. Let me like
What the fuck?
hold on. The fucking like the yellow and the green of that one on the left. That's like the vibe I was getting
Okay,
from
this
the
is.
colors in the room.
I will
Like
place this in edit future
and
me.
The whole fucking time I was thinking, wow, I really want a fucking fruit by the foot. That would. And honestly, I think part of that was like my wanting to go back. I mentioned it to my dad. Like, what I really, really miss is being a kid, obviously. I miss like my grandparents and hanging out with my grandparents and just seeing my family.
Yeah.
And that fucking, as silly as it is, the fucking fruit roll up is a very good analogy for that.
uh,
um,
there is something I want to ask you. Uh,
yeah.
I know we have a few topics to speak about, but I want to place note in the fact that you miss being a kid,
Mhm.
right? Do
Yes,
you think that has affected you in your plurality? Okay, for the record, both Rosie and me, we are plural systems, so just to take note of that. Do you think that has taken a role in your plurality?
I do.
How
Um,
so?
I think
If you are
um
comfortable.
one of my headmates, Stahl, tends to go into a little space where it feels like a child. It just wants to shrink and cuddle a she, and we have
Mhm,
this fucking we have this like it's a scrap of blanket basically. That's been a stim for us since we were a child,
mhm,
and
that's
I'm
cute.
like I literally just smell it over and over. And I'm doing it right now, actually.
Adorable. So Doll has been fronting, basically mainlining the system for a while, right?
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Um, at times it felt good. At times it felt like it was an embodiment of a little bit more insanity.
How
I think
so?
doll kind of represents I guess the side of me that is sick of like society, sick of conforming to any like quote unquote rules.
Yeah, the like anything normative, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like quite literally the one that most describes itself as schizo.
That's fine.
But
Uh,
it's
basically,
it's
yeah, go ahead.
it's 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 bio on Fetty just says fucking insane schizo doll.
I know the feelings all too well.
Hmm.
Who else is in your system?
Ray, hi. Um, this room trip brought back Gray.
That's great. I know for a fact that they kind of went missing for a little bit.
Yeah.
So you have they describe Gray to me a little.
Um, Gray is kind of more in touch with nature, more in touch with spirituality. Um, we, Gray, despite everything, I'm still a little bit new to figuring out how I'd want to describe everything.
I
In
I
terms of
mean
terminology.
you don't have to label things.
Yeah.
Like that's something I kind of learned along the way.
Mhm.
Junko, I was obsessed, like absolutely obsessed with tagging every little thing about my system, controlling every switch, controlling everything, keeping track
Yeah.
of any minor detail. The more you do that, the more you are fucked up, in my opinion,
Mhm. Yeah.
because it reaches obsessive levels, which start to not be healthy, you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
So, just a basic description of who the head made is, what it does, it's enough. You don't have to look for
Gray.
labels, you don't have to look for explanations.
Yeah.
You have
Um,
you have to let it be.
Gray. Yeah. Gray kind of came about from uh a lack of feeling supported.
Hmm.
Um, Gray helped us like calm down during panic attacks. Gray helped us open up a bit more about spirituality. Some of us in here still think like, full atheists, like no religion, no spiritual whatsoever, but Gray is more open to like not like any organized religion, but um like the power of the spirit, the power of like the spirit of the universe,
Yeah, more
spirit of
like
nature.
me, literally a pagan.
Yeah.
Basically, I do my own thing spiritually.
Hmm.
Little
Yeah,
bit
that's a
of
good way of putting
this,
it.
little bit of there. So
Yeah.
I also have to say that Gray has a lot of mommy energy.
That's very true, yeah. They do.
I'm glad. I'm glad I'm right.
Hmm. In like the most wholesome way.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So you have Rosie.
Hmm.
What can you tell me about Rosie? In the end, it's the host of the system. It's the you that is the most you. What
Hmm.
can you tell me about Rosie?
Rosie is kind of the baseline for everyone else, which duh, I suppose. um um for a while we've felt kind of disgusted at Rosie just in the like Rosie kind of became the symbol for all all the insecurities, all the
I have to interrupt you here and tell you that that is basically a very natural dynamic in
Mhm.
systems. Like it
Yeah.
happened to you, it happens to literally everyone. There is always, especially in systems composed of two members, there is
Mhm.
always the more active one and the passive one.
Yeah.
I would define Rosie as more passive, if you ask me.
Mhm. I
Do you
think my
think?
journey oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
I think my journey through plurality is kind of where my whole like actual real character arc started. Like
Yeah,
I've told myself I'm going through a character arc. I felt like I've been going through a character arc before, but it always just goes back or it used to always just go back.
I understand. I understand.
Yeah. I think you understand more than anybody.
Yeah. So, if I'm not mistaken, there is only one member left, and that's Cinder, right?
Hmm.
What can you tell me about Cinder? I know all about Cinder. I'm Cinder hugest fan, but for the
Seriously?
sake of the yeah, I love it. Um, for the sake of the audience, can you explain what Cinder is?
Cinder is kind of Cinder is kind of related to Doll. I think Doll kind of stemmed from Cinder. Um,
Yes, it happens.
yeah. Doll kind of took like the more negative insanity, I guess, from Cinder. Um, Cinder kind of represents power, I would say. Cinder is very supportive in the trying to get shit done mentally.
So
Cinder
it's
is,
more of a focus of strength for you.
yeah.
Hmm, that's great. That's a great mate to have.
Hmm.
Uh,
Um,
I honestly loved it when it was schizomaxing, if I'm
yeah.
allowed to say that. It was very fun.
uh, is there some specific moment you think of when you say that?
No particular moment, just the general vibe.
Hmm.
Just the general vibe. Uh, I guess I remember sending, sub-posting each other on Fedi. That was very fun. Um,
Very fun.
oh, fuck. Okay. About Rosie, coming back to Rosie, do you
Yeah.
think you are losing her?
Um, yes and no. Um, I think she's always there. There was actually a moment a few weeks ago where she did come back very briefly. Um,
Mm-hmm.
she actually was kind of feeling a little bit of the mania from Cinder. But but it was like probably actually that moment. It was pretty happy. It was pretty nice to see a happy Rosie.
Yeah,
And
given what you're telling me, a happy Rosie, it's a really good sign, yeah.
yeah.
So, when you are streaming, for those that don't know, Rosie is a speedrunner. She
Hmm.
streams. When you are streaming, is it usually Rosie who is fronting, or is it someone else?
Um, that's kind of a hard question to answer, I think. It kind of it kind of varies. It depends on what's really happening. We all like to participate together.
Fair enough. You would say it's more of a state of confronting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, who? Well, doesn't change my question. Who do you think fronts on during a stream? Like I, for example, from what I know, from what I can guess, I wouldn't see Doll being in the co-front. Would you?
Hmm. No. I think if I had to say, probably a bit more Cinder,
Mm-hmm. Cinder,
like
Rosie.
especially yeah, a little bit of Rosie, a little bit of Cinder. Um, like especially like in moments where I feel a bit more confident.
Yeah, I can see that. Speaking of confidence, I am your biggest fan in the sense that you really know. I have told you this a lot of times, but you are amazing at making commentary during your
Really?
streams. Yeah, like
I honestly feel like I'm not.
you manage to basically speak almost throughout the whole fucking thing. Like
Hmm.
you do have an active chat, that it goes to say, but
Yeah.
even then, I feel you do bring topics out of the blue. You are capable of improvising, you are creative, and I'm fucking jealous of you. I'm gonna kill you for that because, like, I absolutely, for the life of me, I cannot. I cannot. So, what's your fucking secret?
I didn't know I had a secret. so I
Oh,
can't tell you.
what can you tell me about the streaming? You're streaming live.
Um, do you want me to start at the beginning or?
Whatever you feel it's important. Like,
Hmm.
mostly interested on nowadays. What do you do? If you play more casually, if you are still speedrunning, what games,
Hmm.
your interest, that stuff.
Um, recently with like I've been going through a lot of like mental shit, so I haven't really had much energy to be streaming more consistently, unfortunately,
Yeah,
especially with my work schedule. I'm usually exhausted near the end of the day, and then on my days off, I just kind of want to relax. And
understandably.
sometimes streaming can be a little bit less relaxing. But I've been finding myself wanting to do more casual like just playthroughs. I just started playing through a Matrix game on the PlayStation on PlayStation 2.
Oh,
One that I had as
I think I
hmm?
know the one. I think I've seen
Yeah.
it before. Yeah,
Is it Enter the Matrix, I think?
could be. I don't know the details. Like, I've never played. I have a vague idea of which game it is.
Mhm. I actually have two Matrix games, but I'm playing the one that I'm more familiar with that I played as a kid. Um, but yeah, anyway, I've been wanting to do more casual streams. I do really like speedrunning, and I think I've tried to have like a better mentality about speedrunning. What I've come to the conclusion about with speedrunning is trying to be the best, actually trying to get PBs is not very fun. What I
No,
really
it is
want out of
not.
speed Yeah, what I really want out of streaming or out of speedrunning is to just do cool speedrunning tricks. I don't care if I get like 30, 40 minutes on a run that should be 10. I I would much rather just fucking do the speedrun skips. And if I happen to do it first try, fucking awesome. And if I happen to do enough first try and I happen to get a PB, great. But it's way more fun as just a way to break the game than as a way to try to be as best at the game as you can. Like for people who get enjoyment out of that, fucking all the more power to you. Like fucking Hypnoshark, he is
Yeah,
leagues above everyone because he gets so much enjoyment out of grinding over and over. Um, but
lucky
that's
him
not really
actually.
yeah. Yeah, but that's just not what I want. And I'm learning that it's okay to not want to be the best. And I think more people would want to speedrun if they realized that it's okay to not be the best. It's okay to just have fun with the game.
That's a really humbling opinion, honestly, because when used to speedrun Prison Persia, Sands of Time,
Mhm,
and during my practices, during my runs, I felt a lot of anxiety, actually.
mhm,
It wasn't like I enjoyed it in theory. I enjoy speedrun in theory, but during the actual time I'm making a run, I'm hysteric, I'm suffering, very anxious. So this little thought you gave me, it's actually very humbling. It's
mhm.
actually very interesting.
Yeah,
Like it literally made me want to return to the game. That's
fucking do it.
I know I should.
You should. Fuck the time, just play and
Y-
enjoy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't
Like,
care if I am the last on the leaderboard. I just want to play the fucking game. I love the game.
yeah. Like I'm fucking last or I was last on the leaderboard for Enter the Dragonfly. And I'm fine with that. I mean, also because that game sucks, but I'm fine with that. And this is also why I'm cool with like branching out and quote unquote speedrunning games that I don't really speedrun. Like I did a speedrun of Jack and Daxter, the precursor legacy.
Oh, I didn't know.
Um this was a couple years ago. I did it as a race with Mari.
Mm-hmm.
Um I'm a lot more familiar with the game than she is, so I obviously was a lot faster. Plus, I knew some speedrunning skips, so I did the speedrunning skips while she was playing normally. But doing speedrun skips in a game I'm not known for is also really fun too. Like I do it with fucking Mario 64 too. I'm really, really low on the leaderboard on Mario 64, but I do fucking BLJs, I do bomb clips, um,
How
I
much
do whatever
how much grinding did it take you?
for Mario 64.
Like any other.
Um, well, for Mario 64, I did no grinding whatsoever. I just went.
I
um,
just went for it and it worked.
yeah, like, well, I've done the tricks casually, because they interested me, so I just did them in the speedrun too. And that's how it is with like Jack and Daxter too. When I replay Jack and Daxter, I do the speedrun skips when I play casually because it's fun.
Same
Um,
with Prince of Persia. I basically do that. I play casually, but I do speedrun tricks because it's fucking fun. It's
yeah.
yeah,
Um, yeah. I think the game I grinded most was probably Crash Team Racing. It was it was when I was like really starting to like get into the speedrunning, the streaming. Um, I was still in the mentality of trying to get better because the whole reason I even started speedrunning was because I wanted to see if I could beat CTR in under an hour because I thought I could, and then I just timed it with like fucking Windows timer or whatever, and and nope, I was not able to. I was actually a little bit far from under an hour. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking try. Why not? And then I did, and I kept going, and I kept going, and I finally got under an hour, and I got to like 54 minutes, and I'm like, eh. And then that's when I kind of started branching out a little bit. Um,
yeah.
um, and sometimes I go back and I watch some of the earliest speedruns I've done, and it's actually really humbling to do that too. And I think for people that do want to get better, that's a good thing to do from time to time. Like, see how far you've come. It's a
Yeah,
good reminder that you are actually skilled at the game, even if you don't feel like you're that great, or if you don't feel it, or if you're not the best. Like, even if you're not the best, you have come pretty far. If you've had time to keep going and keep going, like it helps to realize that.
yeah, absolutely.
Hmm. I think under that, the one I grinded the most, I had a good fix with a Crash Team Racing, or not. I just said that. I had a good moment where I was fixed on Crash to Insanity.
Mm-hmm. Really good
Um,
speed game.
it
I love
is.
Insanity.
Um, it has such really nice glitches and little quirks that just make it beautiful.
You know the thing? Insanity is
Mm.
like too crazy for me. Like it is all tech. It is
Yeah.
completely a tech game.
Hmm. That's so true, actually. And that's kind of why I like it because I like the tech. But I definitely have been overwhelmed by the tech in the past.
Yeah,
Um, like it, some of it can get really precise, and I never go for the really harder stuff like easy skip. It's so funny that there's a skip called easy skip, and it's one of the hardest skips in the game.
Which one is
It's
this skip actually?
um it's right at the beginning. It's when you're following Cortex dressed as Coco. And it's the tutorial of the game basically, and he shows you like how to slide, I think, and then he says, "It's easy, all too easy," and that's why it's called Easy Skip.
So, what makes the skip hard? How does it work?
um, so there's the area to the left of that cutscene where it has the little wooden bridge, and you're supposed to bring the bomb to the tiki so you can get a couple gems. Um, and you're supposed to like jump on that rock in a very specific way, and it's very, very, very finicky to
Ah,
get
okay,
around
I know
the
the place
trigger.
now.
Hmm.
I can give it a face now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Um.
actually tried to do that back when I was learning to Insanity, and yeah, I never fucking pulled off.
Mhm. It's very similar, like just not knowing how the trick works. It looks very similar to Tikimon Skip, where you skip the Tikimon boss, but Tikimon Skip is actually a lot easier. It is still a little difficult, but it is way more doable.
Hmm.
And it saves us so much time, so it's even worth it. Whole fucking boss
So,
fight skip.
how about talk? When did you get into talk? Uh, for the those who don't know, talk is Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex. It's the game I know Rosie from.
Hmm.
When did you get into talk?
I believe it was 2021, 2022. Um, I knew Latsu from doing Crash Team Racing speedruns, and one day he mentions, "Hey, there's this thing where every Sunday some people in the community come together and play the best game in the Crash series, Crash to Insanity or Crash the Wrath of Cortex." Um,
Okay, 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. Yep, right here, March 15th, 2021. Twalk Sunday. Everyone sits down and does Twalk 106. It's a weekly thing. I actually said it. I said to him, I know I said I hate myself, but I don't hate myself that much. But I ended up doing it, and I'm actually very glad that I did, because that's not only where you came into the picture, that's also where Nick came into the picture. Um, that's where I think I started getting closer to that community, but
Hmm.
I still do feel a little bit on the outside of that community, but I'm okay with that at this point.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you have your little group of friends. It's what matters, if you ask me. Like, you are very lucky to have Elijah, to have Nick,
Yeah.
well, to have
And
me.
yeah. And all that I have talked to thank, honestly. It's possible I may have met some of them eventually. I don't know if I would have became friends with them. Well, just because whether or not we interacted enough for that to happen. Um, but I am
Yeah,
very thankful for having gone and doing that. And at this point, I am a little bit burnt out on Twalk, so it's hard for me to go back to it.
except when I force you to make private runs for me.
Yeah. Um, and that's always an
Actually,
option.
I should have like talk gameplay. Editing me, get talk gameplay in the background while we do the podcast.
Hmm.
Um, I wanted to ask, how do you merge your streaming life with your Fedi life?
Honestly, I haven't really um combined the two that much. I've
Is
maybe
there a reason
posted.
for it?
It's not like I really meant to. It kind of just didn't really happen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've posted a couple times about like a stream that I may be doing here and there, but for the most part, um, I never really met many people that I thought would be interested in the games I was playing, so I didn't really feel the need to put my links there.
But you never know. You never know. Like, even if people aren't interested on the games themselves, they probably are interested in being in your chat, interacting with you, and the games may grow on them.
Hmm.
I think it's worth it. Like, that's my personal opinion.
That's a good way of looking at it, actually.
Yeah. Also, sorry, I was smoking. My girlfriend basically went through your streaming archives and said you were very cute, by the way.
Who said that?
Gahara.
Who is this? Ah,
So there's that.
oh my
You
god.
know, you can attract people on Fedi, you know?
Ooh, hmm.
Like, I'm not
I should.
speaking like, okay,
I
I'm
know.
gonna post
I
on
know.
Fedi for people to call me hot, but you know, there is
Come watch this
people
cute girl
willing
play
to
video
interact with
games. You
you.
can, yeah. Um, I don't know. Maybe I should. I should probably do that more often. Although what I was gonna say this too. Um, I have actually had a Fetty friend on my stream before, and I've been on her stream before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think I don't think you know Rain very much, but
No, I don't,
she's
sorry.
she is an artist slash streamer who is relatively well known on Fetty. And I became friends with her, and she and another one of her friends and Nick and I all did a Mario Party stream together,
Oh,
and
nice.
it was really nice to have those communities merge. Um,
Yeah,
and then actually,
no, no, go ahead, go ahead.
I did a stream with her one time. We played it was Ring Racers, I believe, which is
Mm-hmm.
a Sonic racing fan game.
I
Um
see.
it it felt like a really nice fit because I have the history with CTR, so I'm pretty familiar with racing games. So I decided, yeah, sure, I'll join. And what I actually found out uh was one of Rain's friends, one of her moderators, is friends with someone else in the Crash community. Someone that was working on the CTR decomposition
The compilation.
decompilation. Yes, thank you.
No problem.
Um, um, and actually, she was in the commune for a little bit. Avery.
Ah, okay, I know. I know.
Yeah. So she saw me playing with Rain, and I'm like, and she's like, "Wait, Rosie? You know Rain?" I'm like, yeah, you know. I never saw her. I never knew she was on Fetty, or I guess she wasn't. She just was friends with someone else that was on Fetty
Mm-hmm.
and was friends with Rain. But it was a really nice little small world moment right there.
Yeah. So, um, I'm basically guilty here of brain rotting you into Fedi. Hi.
Hmm.
Uh, how would you say Fedi changed the way you interact online? Like compared to your social media like Twitter and so on?
I found Fetty a lot more welcoming, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Although at the same time, my own insecurities kind of hindered me a little bit on that, but still, it was a lot more welcoming. It felt more like a community than like Twitter, for
Yeah,
example. Twitter just is like, even before it became a cesspool, it wasn't much of a community, but especially after, it was just hard to continue on.
yeah, understandable. How would you compare it to Blue Sky? Do you use Blue Sky actually?
I do have a Blue Sky account. I don't really use it that much. I used it a little bit, but I wouldn't say I'm very familiar with Blue Sky. But it did feel like, in terms of how it's used, it felt like Twitter a bit, obviously, but I can't speak to any sense of community or anything like
Hmm.
that.
But at the same time, besides the community, what I like about Fedi is the variety of people there are.
Yeah.
There is a lot of what I guess you can call them urban tribes in a way. Like dolls, empty spaces. How do you call this? Therian people.
Hmm.
Uh, I did a lot of self-discovery on Fedi.
Yeah. And I think being on Fetty has helped my own self-discovery too.
In what ways?
Um, well, I felt more open to expressing myself on there, especially with Zender's account. Um, just having
Understandable.
just having a place where I felt like I could speak some of my more inner thoughts, and people would hear it, people like me would hear it, is was really nice, and it helped me feel more open, I suppose.
I'm glad it did that.
Hmm.
Overall, that it you would say it had a positive impact on you.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
And I met a lot of people that I would not have met otherwise, probably. Like
Yeah.
Rain,
For example, yeah,
who I am gonna probably do another stream with.
that's really sweet.
Yeah.
Again, you should consider merging more your streaming life with your Fede life. I think there is a lot of people that would be interested in getting to
Hmm.
know your content.
Yeah. I think another reason why I haven't really done it is like, in some level I was um scared to change like the community that I already had around my stream. Like, it felt like a different crowd, so it felt like it would maybe push out the people that I already had, but
I mean, I
I
highly
think
doubt
it's
that
more.
happens.
Huh?
I highly doubt that happens at all.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking more like they would just interact, and that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I can get how it is spooky,
Hmm.
because you know the meme of I said friend group A thing or with friend group B.
Yeah, it does feel a lot like that.
Yeah, but I think it will fit nicely. Again, that's just my opinion. Obviously, you do you, but
Hmm.
if you want my 2 cents, that's it.
Yeah.
On my end, basically, I'm gonna use Fedi for advertising, like pretty much any project I work on. Like, I have a few projects in mind. I want to basically do tutorials on VTubing from scratch, like on Linux.
Mhm.
Um, I don't have my model right now. I don't have anything because I'm not even home. It is what I said. But tomorrow I'll be home, and as soon as I get there, I want to start working on it. I want to stream games. I want to show that Linux is a viable option. I also want to interview other interesting characters from Fedi. That will be
Mhm.
very, very nice, honestly.
I would love to watch that.
Yeah. I need to set up my PeerTube instance because, Schizo, I need to own my own data, so on and so forth.
Mhm.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But anyways, uh, thank you for coming by, for letting me borrow your brand to increase my audience.
Thank you for having me.
It is nice. The actual reason
It's very
I
nice being
I
here. And actually,
reached, yeah,
uh, I was very nice. I was very happy to see how much I was talkative.
yeah. I mean, I was about to say the whole fucking reason I got you here was to ask you about your secret for being so talkative. Like that's the whole fucking plot, and it was for nothing.
Oh.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Um, I'm your role model now. I don't know. Just have confidence, I guess.
It's not
Which,
about confidence. I have a lot of trauma. Like I have a lot of
hey,
internalized. Like I should fucking shut up. You know.
you think I don't have that?
How do you overcome that? How?
I haven't.
You
I
have.
just have moments.
You clearly have.
I just have moments, I guess. I don't know. Um,
Ah.
I guess this is really just a guess. I really do not have a solid concrete answer.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess just like allowing yourself to let the thoughts flow.
Yeah.
I've felt a lot, honestly, even right now, I still feel a bit more of that confidence that I got from the shroom trip.
Lucky. I basically just have that when I'm on cocaine. But
um,
cocaine doesn't have afterglow. Cocaine has a fucking gum down after it.
yeah,
Yeah. It's
you
not
don't
worth
want that.
it. Never do coke.
Hmm.
Never.
Yeah. I had a moment where I thought I wanted to, but I'm back to not really wanting to anyway.
I mean, it's amazing while you are on it, but again, the calm down is not worth it at all. But it
Yeah.
is a lot of fun during the time.
Hmm.
Oh, we went full circle back to drugs. Anyways, I wanted to close in. We have an hour of footage. Again, thank you for coming by. It was very important to me. Uh, I don't know. We should do stuff more often, actually.
Yeah, we should.
Like, I'm not speaking like busy hangout. I'm talking more of, you know, cameo on a stream and so on. I think it would be cool.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
Damn right. So yeah, goodbye. Thank you, and please take care.
Hi. Me too.